Well, it's a bright and sunny day here in Autopolis, Oita. Well, apologies if we have to delay this by 5 hours because there was an activity that I have to essentially attend here, but that doesn't really matter anymore. It has been done, and we are now here in Autopolis for round 2 of the HoloType Japan series of 2025. We're here in round 2 of qualifiers out of 5, and we're here in the Autopolis 160-minute split B race. So let's take a look into the Autopolis 160 minutes is track map here in Autopolis. 4.67 kilometers in total, 19 turns, race distance of only 201 kilometers. We'll only be racing for around 43 laps. Lap record 135.239. Actually, scratch out. You might see a 134. You know, last time out in here in Autopolis, Al Santana won from pole. Will we see the same thing? Because we are going to be seeing some resurgence from regloss coming up, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes from there. And let's take a look into the split B standings after round 1. We have some new faces coming in as well. But first of all, let's talk about the established names. Lazo Tomashev and Tyler Williams tied for top spot in split A and split B, with both of them scoring second place in their Colorized Harmony races. Maverick Duciem 3rd, Masaraido 4th, Sasaman 5th, Kazuhara Leo 6th in what should be her final HoloType race for Murasaki Shion. Her graduation was very special. You got to see Sakamata Chloe again. And then we have Etsky 7th, Lorenzo Ricci 8th, Jace Kensai replaces Tamayuki Aoki in the Takagi Loya number 61, and Shango inside the top 10. And then we got two drivers who scored only 15th last time out at Fuji. Both it will be Danilo Goyena and Seirin in split C and B respectively. And then we have Joey, Jake Martinez, and then we also have Hofumi and Julia Goodwin, all failing to score points in their races in Fuji. And let's also give a round of applause for the debuting Flow drivers. Rudy Dag Patterson, Ali J, Ri Liu, and So Byung-eun. So Byung-eun set to replace Ethan Bertelsen in the Nagashimome in the Kokane Nico number 29, as Ethan Bertelsen is also going to be set to end his time in ARO competition soon, but we cannot really tell when it will be the case. But here are your 21 drivers. Only the top 11 will qualify for the Japan Tsuyo Series. And as for the rest of the field here, we are just gonna move over into intermission of sorts, just to get ourselves ready for qualifying. So anyways, my name is Mama Shahid Reza in the commentary booth, and yeah, hope everyone here is ready for the race here in Autopolis. And just wanted to confirm back the names, and the good news is that the names have all been confirmed. The first cars are already out on track, and that is Vladislav Domashnev in car number 19, the current joint championship leader with Tyler Williams, will be the first one out on track. Right now we got Domashnev just ready to pull in some laps here, as he really wants to get himself some rhythm going as he wants to continue this season. And also another one to look out for, Kizuhara Leo in her final start for Murasaki Shion in the HoloType series. Kizuhara Leo now sporting the t-shirt version of the livery. Well, it kind of makes sense given that yesterday Leo used the jacket livery, and in Fuji they used the standard one. Makes sense, all things considered. Leo just has a few corners left to deal with before she will start her lap. And speaking with we will go on board here with Isabara Leo as we will start a flying lap here in Autopolis. Again, a great exit from the final corner to carry a lot of speed into the main straight. And then brake just before the 100-meter point into turn 1. Try to get a good arc going and get a great exit off of turn 1. Then blast off into turn 2. And then into the curve. That's where you'll be braking. Turns 3 and 4. Keep it in second gear, short turn 5, and then hard braking into the first hairpin zone, turn 6. First gear, got a late apex here in this section for a great run here at this corner, but also you have to pay attention to this very long left-hander. Only third gear and staying at 170 kilometers an hour. And then you go up into uphill and then into the second hairpin zone, brake at 100-meter board. As Kizaru is paying attention to the gap between herself and Jace Kinsai, I believe, up front. And then brake at a 50-meter board into this low roller coaster corner. 1:00.826, not the lap that she's looking for. Of course, coming into this third sector here, you have to absolutely treat this as one single complex here to have a rhythm flowing, and that's where Leo will be blocked by like Kinsai. Trying to get a good apex there, Leo. And that should be a lap here at Autopolis. Let's see where Leo sits. 1:35.616, a marked improvement from last time out. Kinsai has just started his lap. Currently going up a position as he now sets the professional pole. Jake Martinez with an improved Ligier on the Regals cars will now see them have improved performance. Salman up in 4th place. Masaraido continuing on from his excellent form from Fuji. He will be in 3rd. And speaking of which, we also don't want to forget this one about the Flow Glow debut. We have Flow Glow cars now racing in HoloType competitions, and now it's Rudy currently up there. And then we got Ollie J up in 11th as well. Oh. Yep, speaking of which, I have forgotten to change the Ethan Burleson name. It was supposed to be Sobyong Un. Might actually think of restarting this qualifying session, so with the proper name. So apologies if there will be some slight delays. So allow us to do some slight modifications. Oopsies. Give me a second. We might have to shorten the qualifying session as a result as well. So give us a slight break. Alright, we're back. Sorry if it took a slightly long time to load back the stream. Anyways, we are going to resume this qualifying session, although everyone's times has to be reset. We are now back at 5 minutes on the clock. Got a few cars back out on track because our Leo again will try her luck into seeing if she can maintain that 135, or will that just be a flash in the pan? Kizaru Leo, who's currently sitting inside the top 10. We'll see how far she will climb up by season's end, or by the end of this race, to know where Leo will end up. And then behind her, Masaraido and Shango in the Ligier with similar engines. And speaking of both Go and Raido, who both underperformed in HoloType GT3 qualifiers, but have done a pretty decent job, kind of, in the and done a very decent job in HoloType. We'll see if their forms continue to progress, as everyone is now going to be at the point of getting out on track. Here's Joey being one of the remaining few drivers who will be getting out on track. Same goes for Ali J in the Kikirara VB number 51. I just want to remind everyone that the Regloss cars are essentially concept cars, since they don't have any idle outfits to talk about. No colorized idle outfits or any specific gen idle outfits used on the big stages like the 6 Fest. Here comes Joey for Jufu Terradin, and then we have Lawrence Ricci for Shimarine. All of them are on their hot laps, but we now have Jake Goodwin now about to cross the line. 24.678 for Goodwin. Kizaru Leo 24.730. Masaraido 25.187, 127 for Shango. Masaraido's not having a great time here in this qualifying session so far. Salman 24.750, 705 for Tyler Williams. And here's So Byung-eun, actually. So Byung-eun in the Kogane Nico number 29. Oh, apologies here. Might need to take a slight break. 25.275 for So Byung-eun. Not a good one so far. Okay, I'm just been hearing reports. Anyway, So Byung-eun now setting a 110. So Byung-eun now barrel his way into the final corner, and it looks to me that So Byung-eun would be able to set as much of a 5th place, not the worst lap possible. But speaking of which, Kizaru Leo just set a 1:35.893 with less than a minute on the clock. Talk about being able to match the performance. Can Kizaru Leo win one more race for Murasaki Shion even after she's gone? As everyone has been able to set 134s, meanwhile Maverick Duciem now sets at 135.5. Hofumi is looking pretty fast this time of day, as Fumi now goes up into 2nd, Demoshev 7th, Ryu 2nd, Jace Kansai and Dak Patterson catching up. Kansai goes up in 9th, Dak Patterson 10th, Lorenzo Ricci Sarin 3rd. It's a good Sunday. Lorenzo Ricci 12th, Joey 11th, Ollie J. The Flow Glow drivers on their debut here. Ollie J goes up in 7th. She might have a response against her device rival. Kizaru Leo finds no improvement. Shango with a lap of, where the hell did that come from? He now puts himself on provisional pole, 135, 171. Tyler Williams only 17th. Two drivers. So we'll be checking on the last drivers who have crossed the line. Fumi Damashnev have yet to improve. Ryu is only improved by about 100ths of a second behind. Will he be able to light up alongside Sean Go on the front row? Ryu, I believe he is a bit spurred, given that Sakamata Chloe actually made a brief appearance. Maverick Duciem now sets for provisional pole time, 134.871. Martinez, 134.947. Will Ryu have anything to respond to at least catch up to Sean Go? Domashnev 10th. Ryu up into second. And that should be it for qualifying. What a session that was, and talk about competitiveness from the end of the Regloss mates. Anywho, we do have a slight variance in tire from tire compounds, if I'm not mistaken, as some of them are running softs or mediums. But let's take a look into the starting lineup here in the Autopolis 160 minutes split B race. And thus it's Maverick Duciem sitting on pole position for the Omar Polka number 46. Will he be able to convert it from pole? Ryu starts second in his HoloType debut for Isaki Riona. Jake Martinez starts third for Hyodo Xiao, with fourth place going to Sean Go and Nichijiro Ririka. Fifth goes to Seirin and Otonose Kanade, with Ofumi 6 for Tokinosora. We got Kizuhara Leo starting 7th in her last HoloType race for Murasaki Shion. Ali J 8th for Kikirara Vivi. Crystal Salman 9 for Aski. Vlasa Domashnev 10 for Aki Rosenthal. 11th to Okami Miyo's is Jake Goodwin, with Rudy in his HoloType debut starts 12th for Mizumiyasu. 13th Jace Kinsai for Takane Lui. Joey 14 for Jufu Teradin. Dak Patterson in his debut in HoloType starts 15th for Rindo Chihaya. 16th Lorenzo Ricci for Marine Tail. Tyler Williams 17th for Amane Kanata. Atsukai 18th for Akazama Iroha, with Sobyung-eun in his return to HoloType machinery following his original plans, following his start in Trinoi Flair team. He now goes back into the Kokagiri Nico number 29. And Danilo Goyana 20th for Sada Pecora. And last on the grid, Todoroki Hajime's Masaraido. And so we will get ourselves ready on the grid, as we got the cameras ready to go. Got the cars lined up on the grid. We got Maverick Duciem on the front row, actually on pole position, and alongside Maverick Duciem is Ryu on the front row as well. We will get this. We will see the start of the race, and we will see how it unfolds from here, as we will. And I was still watching. Anyways, we will have to see the start of the race as it is on Autopolis. It's gonna be actually Maverick Duciem on pole and Ryu alongside him on the front row, and it's gonna be a go here in the Autopolis 160 minutes split B race. And it's a pretty decent start from Duciem, but not before Ryu manages to beat him. And now it's going to be Ryu leading everyone in turn 1. And there's contact further back. Everyone being scot-free, barely, into the exit of turn 1. And now into turn 3 goes defeated. Ryu now leads Maverick Duciem by 1.3 seconds. We have a Regloss battle between 3rd and 5th. That's Jake Martinez up in 3rd right now, but not before Sean Go makes his move down the inside for the podium position. It's going to be Ryu leading Maverick Duciem, and then we got Sean Go 3rd, barely, and then Jake Martinez 4th, Seirin 5th, Fumi 6th, Goodwin up to 7th against Leo in 8th, Ali J 9th against Crystal Salman in 10th. Amazing first lap here. It's pretty hectic as it is, as we get to see more battles further back. Danilo Goyana goes down the inside against Jace Kinsai, and then there's also Ed Sky looking for a move down the inside. Meanwhile, Dak Patterson trying to find a way to get against Ed Sky. Tyler Williams just hanging it back. In 19th as Duciem and Sean go! Oh, terrible set of circumstances. Both of them, I think, had a bit of a shove between each other, and that is gonna be Sean go out of the race. How this went here is that you see both of them were actually neck and neck here, and you can see here they both try to find as much space as possible. And you can see here Sean Go hit the curb, sent Duciem off wide, and Duciem essentially collected Sean Go. And that's gonna be Sean Go out of the race. Terrible luck for the Ichijo Ririka driver. Meanwhile, Saren now goes up to 4th against Hofumi and Ali J. And it looks like for the case of Ali J, it looks like she just went off too wide. If you want to see what happened, yeah, you can see here she was trying to find a way past Kizaru, but she went way too wide, hit her, and went into the grass, into the gravel trap. That's 2 cars already out on lap 1. And we will have to proceed with only 19 cars left on the grid. Meanwhile, we got Seirin against Hofumi as Hofumi goes around the outside to make a move down at turn 1. Meanwhile, more battles afoot. Crystal Salman now in 9th place. Looks like if when it comes to the battle of the Brats, it looks like Hanade is the winner by default. As Seirin now goes up into 5th place and was looking to avenge her Sepang run in the HoloType GT3, not the home race that she was looking for. Meanwhile, Masaraido trying to find a way to get himself back up as he gets overtaken by Dak Patterson and also So Byung-eun. That line has not been beneficial to him. And that makes the last place driver Tyler Williams. And now Ryu leads Martinez by 4.3 seconds. Duciem only 1.4 back. Fumi 5, half a second back. There's Jacob winning 5th, Seirin 6th, Leo 7th, Damashnev 8th. Salman 9th, Joey 10th. As we wait for the drivers to essentially cross the line to start lap 3, and that is really a fast lap of the race, 1:35.482. So anyways, as the race kind of cools down a bit, but not before we got to Mashnev, and there's also Joey and Salman. Joey was great, sent down the inside, and what a move that was from Joey in the Jufu here, right at number 67, trying to find some bold and brashness on his own self in the car. He really has been able to find a lot of confidence, but not before he gets re-overtaken by Vlasa Damashnev. And right now, once we have already passed lap 3, let's check on into the race field monitor. We only have Vlasa Damashnev who will be running right until the end of this race with that field. And then we also have the likes of Seirin, who also will be going long as well. The Regloss cars in particular, after careful review, have had their weights reduced in order to be closer with the other cars, the Orcas, which is essentially comprised of the JP members and Flowglow. So anyways, we're on lap 3 here. Joey is now on board his car, and it's a bit slippery there on the Ligier. Lap 4, and it's still looking pretty decent so far. And as you can see here, Speaking of Liu will only have 15 laps of field. Meanwhile, Sky and Adak-RMS go side by side. Two green cars, one with blue accents and the other with red accents. Adak-RMS has done very well to defend, but not before Sky goes back to attack. Oh, there's contact between the two as Patterson and Sky get essentially paint a bit between each other. And now we have Sky and So Byung-eun. Now in a tit for tat between each other. And a cool and calm, collected downshift moment here as we now are just gonna see how it goes from here. Now 7 seconds between Liu and Jake Martinez. We've seen that the overcut strategy hasn't been the best strategy, but if you know your wits about it, you should be able to get it done. Liu, of course, only having 15 laps of field to go. And Jake Martinez, meanwhile, actually has around the same strategy. So Liu is actually beating him by raw pace, and now you can see here Jake Goodwin against Ho Fu Mi. Ho Fu Mi now up into 4th place at Minnesota number 36. Meanwhile, Jace Kinsai and Adak-RMS on their own terms as well as Kinsai. Now Weasel slightly ahead of Patterson. Here's Domashnev and Kizaru Leo and Saren on the Battle of the Road, and now Kizaru Leo now goes up into 6th place. Great move there from Leo. Meanwhile, there's more battles afoot here. Salman and Ricci, no strangers between each other in recent times, and now you can see here Joey goes down the inside against Domashnev, and they make contact at the second hairpin. Fortunately, both of them are able to go on like business as usual. You saw how much respect that these drivers are paying towards each other. Just mutual respect between one another. Love it. As Joey now finds his way again with Liu now setting the fastest lap 1:35.376 for the Isaki Riona driver. It's going to be a TBD if we decide to re-enable the affiliate members as part-time entrants. Well, nice to see people coming on the stream. We hope you are enjoying the HoloType racing, the racing based on the colorized idol outfits, as well as the re-gloss members. But anyways, we still have 40 plus laps to go, so we still have over an hour racing to go. Meanwhile, got Jace Kinsai now trying to weasel his way past Dak Patterson on almost opposite liveries here. As you can see here, that's not a great run there from Kinsai as he straddles along the curbs. As Patterson, meanwhile, goes into the inside line, makes his move stick. And it will be Patterson now also trying to make a move against Danilo Goyena. Oh, contact between the two as Dak unsettles himself, blocks the rest of the field. That leaves Masaraido or rather Sobyang looking to find a way past that Sky. Meanwhile, Masaraido and Tyler Williams not having a great run so far. Tyler Williams has been a mainstay in the Suyo up to this point. He has qualified for both Suyos in HoloLive GT3. He is looking to find his way back into the studio in Formula HoloLive, but in HoloType, he's doing pretty okay. I mean, he did score 2nd, but Maverick Vlasto Domashnev is in 8th. So that is something to pay attention to as we are now coming into lap 7 of this race. Still Anyways, lap 7, and it's now calmed down between the drivers here. Martinez's gap to really you have opened up to 9.6 seconds. So Nagoyana staying in 13th place where he is right now. Meanwhile, Hofumi also making his statements clear. He wants that 3rd place from Maverick Duciem. Looking how Duciem has a severely damaged car right now. .564 for Reliu. Gabe Martinez only 136.32. Man, Reliu has this in the bag right now. Meanwhile, we get Joey and Vaza Damashev on their own battle as Damashev tries to peek around the inside, but just could not get that great exit. On lap 8, and there's still more battles to look forward to. And then looking back into the championship context here, with the race in Autopolis currently happening, really with 11-second gap. We've seen that with Antarao, just absolutely blitzing the opposition. But at least we get to see marked improvements from the Regloss cars. Jake Martinez now up into 2nd. Lap 8, still really uses race to lose. And make that lap 9. See more battles with Dak Patterson and Jace Kinsai go at it between each other once again. Patterson now is looking to earn 4.71 in his debut. Those Flogo cars missed out on the Fuji race for obvious reasons, because Flogo and Justice were, Hall and English Justice were not there as participating members in that fest. Coming into the 20% mark of this race, still looking good so far with the field. Oh, and that is Dak Patterson understeering at the first hairpin. Was thought about giving Jace Kinsai the letter edge to essentially get up there. Here's that guy currently in 16th for Kazumari Roha. Now heavy braking into the roller coaster corner. As you're now getting back your uphill in this section here, we all got, oh, and that's Saren almost joining Ali J on the sidelines. She went really wide there on to turn 17, as now Saren go side by side with Joey in another Regloss battle. Kanade versus Raden. It's gonna be the Kanade car now defending against the Raden car, as you can see here. At the same time, we got Alonso Ricci trying to defend against Rudy. Joey now going side by side and actually peeling ahead of Saren. Very great job there from Joey. And meanwhile, give credit to Kizaharu Leo where you need to, because Leo has been absolutely turning on the styles in this weekend. And the weekend prior, because in the points-paying races, especially HoloType P3 last weekend, Leo finished in 6th. And here in HoloType, Kizaharu Leo is running in 6th right now. But right now she is absolutely gunning for that win, despite being around 14 seconds behind Ray Liu at the moment. Made that 16 seconds, and she will need a monumental charge from herself. Oh, understeer in that corner, that's not gonna help her. And now Kizaharu Leo now charting her way into lap 12 of this race. As Joey now catches up into Leo's gap, they're now only able to set 137. Joey has been on a charge right now in that Jufide Rande number 67. Lap 11, and it's still looking good so far from the Jufide Riding driver. Even better if you are Lee, because you had just been able to have a fast car, and it looks to me that Rila might just be able to win on his series debut. Rila, of course, hasn't been able to win for Sakamata Chloe in either Hololive GT3 or Formula Hololive, as he now tries to extend his gap to 12 seconds. 1:35.939 for the Isaki Riona driver. Lap 12, and still really, and there's still nothing really to bring home about. So let's take a look into Jay Skinsai as he now tries to find a way closer to Dak Patterson. Anyway, if you have any questions, please drop by your thoughts in questions in the live chat. Still a long way to go before the race is concluded. And speaking of pit stops, looks like Ryu may only have 7 laps of fuel to go, but he might pit way earlier than that. So his time in the race lead might just be very brief. But remember, this race is different from Split A because the conditions are actually warmer than what was in the Split A race. So an undercut strategy might actually work out for Ryu because the tire warm will be faster than what they have had experienced in Split A. So might be a good idea to try. So right now we still have Kinsai trying to find a way past Dak Patterson, but that's a very great exit though. Will he be taking a move down the inside? Will he be peeling? Will be braking late? Yes, he kind of does, but he straddles the curve and tries to stay with Patterson. But Patterson just has a better exit off of turn 1, and that's going to be the end of the move for now. can see the gaps open to 12 seconds there between Liu and Jake Martinez. So this may be the case of Liu just no longer being able to eke out super fast laps, as Martinez is now catching. And then it's going to be a case of who has the better pit stop. Joey in 7th, still now catching up to Kizuhara Liu, who have now lost out to the top 5. And now Jake Martinez now has the fastest out race, 1:35.259 for the Hiroshi Ao number 05. Oh, and here comes Daniel Guyena now under pressure from Dak Patterson. Dak Patterson tries to give something to Guyena, but Guyena stays on the outside to remain. Laps complete, and right now we're still looking at potential battles to look into before we get into the pit stop cycles, and we are going to be looking to start the pit stop cycles with Sky. Maybe the overcut strategy might work out for the at Sky, the part of Kazamatai. We're now on lap 15. This is where the leaders are. Liu in the lead as Sky now comes into the pits. Here's Liu in the long left-hander. Here's Tyler Williams at the main straight. Might need to start reclining a bit as the race enters its palm phase. Oh, and that's Joey! Joey's went off! What's happened there? And it looks to me that he went off at the hairpin. Another retirement for a regloss car. And that's the unfortunate part. So let's see what happened here. So here is Joey. Actually, Joey going side by side against Leo. And you can see here, Joey got a slight tap from Leo. And Leo essentially... I believe Leo's not to blame though. Leo did close, but there's still enough space. Here is the onboard from Joey. Yeah, Joey just understeered because Leo thought that there was space. And at least Joey has been able to brake to the point where Joey's able to recover the car in a safe manner. Rido, Williams, and Sky even closer to the points at Sky. Meanwhile, looking into his fuel loads, he is going to be good until the end of the race with that fuel stop. Really will be up next in the pits. It's now going to be in Jake Martinez's hands on how he's able to close down the gap between himself and Liu. Joey has now teleported into the pits. That's his race over. Here's Relio out, and right now he will be stuck behind lots of traffic. He will be down in the 14. Might this strategy pay off, or will this backfire extremely harshly onto Relio? Well, we can't answer that for now. As Goyen and Rudy go side by side after they go toe-to-toe at turn 1. Now into turn 2. For now, lap 16, 15 laps complete here in Autopolis. On what has been an interesting weekend so far. Already 3 cars out of the race due to retirements. Well, due to them going off track. No liability issues so far. You can see the train though between Sarin and Sobyong-eun only separated by about 5 to 6 seconds. Here comes Damashev trying to make his move against Sarin. Into the final corner he goes. It's still not close enough. We'll have to wait and see until the pit stop strategies conclude. As we're looking at the race field monitor, and it's still no one decided to come to the pits just yet. And so Damashev will try to get ever too closer to Sarin. On board the number 9018 Akirosa machine. When they go, and I see here the engine almost stalling as you try to navigate your way through the second hairpin off cambered, which explains why you cannot carry long speed. Meanwhile, here is Damashev trying to go around the outside against Sarin as Jake Martinez now comes into the pits. Relio currently sits in 15th, and Salman and Damashev going side by side. And that's last of Damashev. You heard the basically the gravel trap being used, and we now get to know why. You can see here, oh, another incident where someone goes off into too wide into the curve under the bridge. You see here, Damashev had tons of desperation trying to get past Sarin, but Sarin got into Damashev's head, almost going airborne, and that is Damashev out of race. And so that's another retirement in this race that will send Masaraido and into the points, Kyle Williams and Ed Sky to be decided. Here's Relio in the main straight, Dak Patterson as well coming into the pits. Jake Martinez still stationary, so it will be Relio having this net race lead. And also, Vlasta Damashev have officially teleported himself into the pits. Ed Sky will take a few positions as he will essentially get himself into... Oh, that's Dak Patterson out of the pits right now. Here's Ed Sky now getting out. Will he dare be moved down the inside in turn 1 or into turn 2 maybe? Oh, we have to wait and see. Oh, and here comes though Ed Sky trying to make a move against Dak Patterson, who's trying to warm up his tires. But the warm-up has actually gone pretty swiftly enough, as that guy now gets himself back into the points. Martinez, meanwhile, has been losing out. He's now 13-14 seconds behind Liu. Liu in control of this race so far. Oh, and that is another car on the track. That's So Byung-eun. Another casualty here. And that is going to be So Byung-eun out of the race on his return to HoloType Japan. So we are just going to check So Byung-eun, see what happened to him. Yep, the same issue, going off right under the bridge, into the grass, into the gravel trap. Not surprised. Meanwhile, we got Daniel Guyana coming into the pits. So Byung-eun now retired from this race. Will now put Ed Sky in the points. Hollywood's doing very well though. Gets up into 11th after what has been a pretty dramatic race so far. Sky and Dak Patterson chasing Daniel Guyana right now, as Guyana now finally gets out. Guyana finally re-accelerates on track. Will they be able to catch up to Guyana? With what little time they have? Well, that's not something I can answer, though. And into the first hairpin, Dak Patterson has now caught on to Daniel Guyana's gap. Now started at lap 19 of 43 laps completed. Hopefully the next driver to come into the pits, his nearest rival will be Jake Martinez. Since now you can see here Dak Patterson and Daniel Guyana go side by side into the second hairpin. Dak Patterson now going around the outside. And now Daniel Guyana under pressure from Ed Sky, and at number 16 Gozaru Machine. You can see Ed Sky might try to be too desperate, but I hope he doesn't become too desperate there. Fortunately, he isn't. And now Ed Sky with a great exit off of the final corner into the main straight. And now Ed Sky still being able to defend, or rather, Guyana still being able to defend against Guyana's Ed Sky. Okay, I might have to red flag the race early due to the host not exactly being very tip-top right now, as Maverick Duciam now comes into the pit, but we'll have to wait until everyone completes their pit stop cycles. The stewards are discussing on whether or not to red flag the race as it is right now. There might be another idea as to how to pass the time as it is right now, with everyone still going single file. UCM now coming into the pits, and speaking of which, about Fumi is actually behind, I believe, Jake Martinez by 1.2 seconds. Duciam, oh, and that's Maverick Duciam! Looks like someone slammed into him as he gets out of the pits, but he's able to continue. Looks like it's a 15-second penalty if we can verify it. So let's take a look into how what happened here, and that is gonna be and that is Tyler Williams sending Maverick Duciam into the wall. You can see the armbar from Tyler Williams. Oh, he just noticed that. Oh, he tries to avoid and just sends Maverick DCM into the wall. Maverick DCM not happy about this. And the stewards are probably not going to be happy about Tyler Williams' move to send DCM into the wall. And you can see that's a egregious contact, and that's a heavy slam into the front. And here's another replay angle. And just and then that's front end damage for DCM. Fortunately, he is able to continue, but with that amount of damage, well, that's not the way it goes, and there will be a penalty announcement soon for Maverick for Tyler Williams for causing a collision that does not result in a DNF. That is gonna be a race-changing outcome. So that's gonna be a pretty big sting if you are a it's gonna be essentially instantly. So it is gonna. Right now, they are trying to finalize their decisions on their essentially penalty for this one. So we are just going to confirm the names. We have a collision. We have an official note from the stewards. They have essentially given a 15-second time penalty for Tyler Williams for causing a collision. So again, it will be added until at the end of the race. You will not serve it in pit lane because it's impossible in Assetto Corsa right now. Still lots to look forward to in this race, even though there are race-altering changes here. And now looking into the rest of the field, as the race continues to progress. Well, that's a lot of action here as we now get to see more things going on. As usual. So right now the case for the red flag has now been eliminated, as we now get to see. We're now going to try to see if we are able to get everyone until the end of the race. And here's Tyler Williams though with the onboard. He's about to serve that 15-second penalty, so he will be losing out 3 positions as it stands. The Masham out of the race would still mean that Tyler Williams will still be winning in his position. And Saren going very well right now to basically rectify what happened in Sepang in HoloType GT3. We are now coming into 20 laps to go here in Autopolis, in the Autopolis 160 minutes. Salman and Adak-RMS now under battle between each other, or rather that's Rudy and Adak-RMS, though, as Rudy now tries to warm up his tires. Adak-RMS now up into 12th place, and right now we will be seeing more pit stop activity here. Jace Kinsai now set to make his pit stop from 5th place into Takanori number 61, replacing the outgoing Tomoyuki Aoki, who has been quiet in recent times and has decided to leave all of ARO competitions. Jace Kinsai will now make his move into the pits. So his next rival will most likely be either Maverick Duciem or Christoph Salman. We'll have to wait and see how the end of the race goes, as Harlan is not going to be under pressure from Jake Martinez. As they now try to go side by side with Tyler Williams here. You can see here on the onboard cameras from Martinez's end. That's a great run from Martinez. Sends Tyler Williams down. And now Hufumi not far behind in the wings. Kinsai and Salman trade blows between each other. And oh, that's almost a dangerous move there from Dak Patterson. But Jace Kinsai saw Dak charging and did his best to avoid getting hit by Patterson. Only 16 of the points earners are still in this race, but who knows whether or not there will be even more incidents. Rudy on the hunt. Jace Kinsai still in a charge of himself, as now Kizara Leo comes into the pits from 2nd place. It was a great run for her to stay as high as she could, but all good things come to an end, as Kizara Leo is going to be set to make her final pit stop in HoloType. Lorenzo Ricci also coming in to serve his pit stop. Jake Martinez might be Kizara Leo's closest rival. Or it could be Duciem or Salman. This is Aurelio, and now finally gets out. It will be provisionally in 7th place. Already a few seconds ahead of Duciem, who has a pretty damaged car right now. Not having a lot of front end grip here after being tagged by Tyler Williams. 6 seconds between Jay Goodwin and Saren. Leo now 15 seconds ahead of Jake Martinez. And now Martinez is gonna try to make this stint count. Coming to 4 p.m. in Japan. And now we have Hofumi and Tyler Williams going side by side. This time it's going to be Tyler Williams now up into 5th. Tyler Williams now on the charge despite having a penalty. And now Jay Goodwin comes into the pits. Saren will now lead here in Autopolis on a day that precedes the dreaded day that starts with M. Now with Goodwin serving his pit stop, we'll see where Martinez is. Jay Goodwin is still stationary, so the undercut strategy has been to great effect for both Reliu and Jay Martinez. Tyler Williams will need to make a pit stop soon enough, as well as the likes of well, we're gonna check on that now, because we will be checking on who have yet to make a pit stop. Tyler Williams and Saban, the only two. So, and you can see here Martinez is actually using the medium compound tires, while Reliu has been using the softs. And the medium tires, if you know how tire compounds work, the harder the compound, the longer it lasts, but the slower it is. So this means that Reliu might be faster right now, or at least 10 laps ago, but now Martinez will be faster than Reliu by virtue of having better tire life and harder compounds. Lap 27, and we are still looking at the situation here, how the race will pan out. Almost understeering, and now hopefully looking into the gap here. He is going to be on course to finish in the podium position, so Fumi, after not even being scored points here at this one at Fuji. Collins will now come into the pits. The announcer will take a penalty here. He will be added at the end of the race. We'll see where Williams ends up. Relative to the rest of the field, it's going to be likely that Tyler Williams will not be scoring any points as well. And it's going to be open season for the rest of the field. Maverick Duciem, who's currently running in 7th, Salman running in 8th, they will be likely to take the championship lead with their run so far. And so Tyler Williams will be taking 16th place. And as it stands right now, it will still be 16th place after penalties, even if he does catch Masaraido. Serene continues to tell everyone that tomorrow is going to be pretty dreadful, but she's just going to be enjoying it all around because she doesn't have to work or go to school. But anyway, Serene will be looking to come into the pit at this lap, so as for the rest of the week lost members, Martinez is currently running in 3rd, so she is absolutely enjoying this prospect. Masaraido meanwhile in 15th. Shang will retiring from the race. If you hear her previous opinions about Regal's members, then she is essentially racing for the team. So, if anything, Saren is still going to be proud of the fact that she's able to stay in the lead for as long as she could. And so right now it will be a case on how Saren will fare against Ho Fu Mi, or rather Jay Goodwin, or rather Kizaru Leo, as Saren now finally gets out. And it looks like she will exit in 6th place, right at make that 7th. So Saren now in 7th place with the freshest tires available, and if you look into the tires, she was also on medium tires. Martinez is on 12 lap mediums, Liu is on 14 lap softs. So Saren's gonna have a lot of late race pace. Now in 7th place right now, trying to find a way past Maverick Duciem. With less than half of the race to go, with 14 laps to go here in Autopolis, Reliu's gap in the lead is almost set to be untouchable. But again, anything can happen in sports, and especially in racing. Martinez only a 137.0. Really just being able to absolutely rock it in for Riona. So Saren has now pulled away slightly against Crystal Salman. Runs Richie 136, 142. Inside now, getting very close to Dak Patterson, but has to back off. Knock inside, trying to have a great exit off of turn 11, or rather, sorry, trying to get a good exit off of turn 6, the hairpin corner, and now into uphill into the hairpin. Just braking very comfortably there. Oh yeah, speaking of which, just want to give an update in the Formula Holo worlds, in the Around the Grounds news. Iris won the Austrian Holo Prix, and in the silver, and in the British Holo Prix, it was Orokoni who took the silverware in what was scheduled to be Mumi and Shion's final races. I feel like it's Gura as well, but I need to double check on that as well. But yeah, those are the winners in the Holo Prix, and Todoroki Hajime is the one that's currently leading the standings. And where is Masaraido right now? He's currently in 15th. And so Tyler Williams is going to be set to finish 25 seconds behind Masaraido in 16th place. Thirteen laps to go, and it's still a case of how this race will unfold from here. Jake Martinez has been able to claw back the gap against Ri Liu. Seirin, meanwhile, has been pulling away against Crystal Salman. So the overcutters are the ones that's currently struggling in this race, and the ones who do have made an undercut have got some positions gained. So if you look at the positions gained, Jake Goodwin has gained a whopping 7 positions from 11th. Mauricio Ricci gains 7 positions from 16th. Nicolas Morganelli Guyana, who started down in 20th. Lap 32. I know, you can see here Crystal Salman, they're trying to find a way past Seirin, but he needs a good exit from the final corner. But that's not the line that he is going to be aiming for. Lap 32. Or still, it's now there, lap 32. Wheeler is about to start lap 33 after he completes this lap. And just chilling where he is right now. The final sector, and it's a very fortunate thing though that Autopolis were racing in April in Autopolis. By that time it's basically the transition period between winter and summer we call spring, and it's warm enough for racing. And now Ri Liu is about to get ever closer to the top, with him just setting a decent lap, 137.046. Gas continue to open up between Liu and Martinez, and also Kinsai getting close to Patterson, who's now inside the top 10. Another one of the big gainers in this race. Seirin has been able to gain a lot. 137.2 from Leo, 136.9 for Duciem, 136.9 for Seirin. So, not many changes right now. Right, so I'm gonna take a slight break here for the throat. I hope everyone is able to tune into this race until the end. So, that being said, I'll be taking a break now. I'll be seeing you in lap 34, 35. We'll see you soon and take care. Here in Autopolis, and now we get to see a 3-horse race for 7th place, with Seirin being the defending driver, Salman and Ricci trying to get positions from them. We now get to see Ricci and Salman going side by side here. Salman on the outside, Ricci on the inside. The ASCII and Marine cars continue to showcase no separation between each other. And looking at what's Ricci's acceleration, he's doing pretty okay at the exits, but will he be able to claw back into Salman's gaps? We'll have to wait and see. So Martinez has now dropped the gap back to 16 seconds to Liu. Here's Kyle Williams into turns 3 and 4. Here's Liu right now. So the auto having lap cars are currently very low at the moment. Nine laps to go. 9 laps to go in the Autopolis 160-minute split B race. Salman now trying to get a great exit off of Seirin, but Seirin is able to hang on to her gaps here. Salman is currently the fastest out of anyone in this battle pack of sorts. Kinsai, Patterson, Kinsai, and Rudy also on their own battle pack as well. Zara Leo trying to find a way past Jay Goodwin for 4th. And now we are looking at Kinsai looking to make a move, but Patterson is doing his best to get himself into the top 10. Still going very strong in this race, the Rindo Chihaya number 78 by Dak Patterson. Masaraido is going to be set to salvage a few points in this race. Well, 4 points after a pretty good showing at Fuji, where he finished inside the top 10. Well, yeah, he finished 8th in the Fuji race. Masaraido still in pretty decent control of the race so far. Oh, 360 slightly for him. And now this guy is going to probably think of a move down the inside. I have no clue if it's going to happen or not. Meanwhile, Jace Kinsai and Adak-RMS have now gone side by side at turn 1. Now it's at turn 2. Kinsai has to back off against Patterson. Oh, lots of back and forth between the two. Rudy is waiting in the wings. And here comes Rudy trying to make a move against Kinsai. He forces Kinsai to punish for his actions for going wide like that at the first hairpin. But Kinsai is gonna try to get him back at the hairpin. Oh, contact between the two, and it's now Rudy's position. He's now up into 11th. Really has closed up slightly. Martinez closed back slightly against Really right now, but the big question is, will there be enough time for a massive upset to happen? We have no clue. Ofumi still staying in third for what will be a very, very good result from him so far. Jacob Wind looking to be set to finish 4th place. Kizuhara Leo, meanwhile, looking to end her HoloType stint in 5th. Finally breaking into the top 5. But she is battling Jay Goodwin right now. So let's focus on the camera here for a while. Again, it's not finalized as to how the finishers will be. Lucia, meanwhile, will be in 6th. Seirin will have a great race, all things considered, for Regalos, as she will be in 7th. 8th place, Christoph Salman, and 9th place, Lorenzo Ricci. 10th place, Dak Patterson, and then Rudy in 11th. On what has been a pretty good debut race for Flogo. Jace Kinsai, meanwhile, will have to settle for 12th in his first race in the number 61 Takane Loika, replacing Kamui Galki. Now Guyana having a very lackluster race, all things considered. It's going to only be with 13th, 14th. Meanwhile, Etsukai has now pulled ahead of Masaraido. So as it stands right now, only 3 drivers are yet to score points: Joey, Tawan Bumin, and Ali J. Liu and Jake Martinez will be set to get up into the top 3 in the standings. Duciem will be the championship leader after this race, leading by only 20 points over Liu. The Manship stay inside the top 5 as it stands. Crystal Salman 6, because Liu will finish off her HoloType campaign with only 7th. And you can see here Martinez really closing down on Liu, but it's almost not going to be enough. Not exactly fair weather in some areas of the world, and it is fair weather for Jake Martinez, who having to drive in the event where essentially well, Jake Martinez is racing with pretty heavy hearts though, trying to race while Hiroshi Ao remain inactive right now as she recovers from her stress. 5 laps to go here in Autopolis. Again, Martinez has done a very amazing job given the circumstances. Very good job so far to lead the pack of re-lost cars. Seirin will be set to be 10th in the standings, Masaraido 12th, Shango only 17th as he is essentially out of the race before the end of lap 1. Alright, so excuse us while we go for a slight break here as we're going to rest the throat once again. It's Ryu leading Jake Martinez, the Hisaki Ryona car leading the Hiroshi Ao car in the Autopolis 160 minutes split B race. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll catch you back and stay tuned. It's a relatively calm weekend, all things considered, in HoloType, other than the fact that we have to give Kizuhara Leo the send-off that she deserved. Less than 3.5 laps to go, and it's Ryu still in control, but the gaps have fallen down. The soft tires have absolutely gone to waste, but Ryu is going to try to weather through the storm, and the big question is whether or not Ryu is able to maintain the laps that he's currently running, because Jake Martinez is slowly but surely catching up. Gas dropped down to 10 seconds, but he really might just be comfortable because he has done enough by building huge gaps. Start the race 136.481 for Jake Martinez as he's trying to catch back up to Ryu. But Ryu makes one sudden mistake, and that is going to be his chance of a race win over. But thinking of Ryu though, winning in your debut would be very amazing, all things considered. Coming into 2.5 laps to go, Ryu still charging forward with purpose. Oh, and slipping and sliding there. You can see Jake Martinez also losing some ground against Ryu, but it will still be a re-gloss driver on the podium. Seirin will at least have pride over that flag as well. I mean, as we mentioned before, she has been a team player, so as long as a Regalos member performs very well, she's going to take it as a result regardless, whether it's herself or the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Ricci has overtaken Crystal Salman for 8th place. So we are just gonna change that notion here, and as it stands right now, Lorenzo Ricci will actually take that 10th place spot away from Seirin. As it stands right now, when they talk about the live championship standings. Now in the penultimate lap here in Autopolis, still something to play for here, as that Sky have now been overtaken by Masaraido, who will take 3 extra points as it stands. That is an interesting development, and this actually would determine the difference between 12 and 13. So Masaraido has now moved up into 12th place in the standings, still one position behind one position behind the Suyo, 11 points behind. That driver currently on the cutoff line is Seirin. And now Really is going to start the final lap of the Autopolis 160 minute race here in the Split B race. Really now charging forward as usual. Right now, she is just going to chill around in the grid right now, as we're just going to double check on the information stats here. Sergio Martinez is now dropped down the gap to 9.3 seconds. Ed Sky losing touch to Masaraido slightly. Seirin now has edge ahead of Lorenzo Ricci. Now, really, the story has been an interesting one. Represented Sakamata Chloe since 2023 and until 2025. And when you talk about Isaki Riona's personality, she is someone that really doesn't want to lose. And she has this facade of being the cool girl in town. And right now, Really is helping with that narrative, as Liu has been dominating this race from start to finish. He may not have led the most laps. He, I believe, may not have the fastest lap as well. But he's had a decently enough showing that he's going to come home across the finish line to take the win here in Autopolis. Liu for Isaki Riona wins the Autopolis 160 minute Split B race. Jake Martinez will bring home second for Hyodoshi Ao. Fofumi finishes third to open up his points tally in one of the best ways possible. Jake Goodwin fourth for Mio. Leo in her final race for Murasaki Shion in the HoloType will finish inside the top 5. Take a bow. Seirin, 6th place. Seirin 7th. Ricci 8th. Salman 9th. Patterson finished 10th, and that is a photo finish. Jace Kinsai, I believe, have just beaten Rudy for 11th place. Wow. And that is going to be yet another change in the standings here, as Jace Kinsai will now take 15th place from Rudy. Goyena 13th, Raido 14th, Ed Sky 15th, with Tyler Williams finishing 16th. That doesn't make any change. That doesn't change anything other than adding 15 seconds to his timer. But whatever the case is, it's not really 18 minutes, actually 17 minutes. Man, we absolutely slashed down the predictions here. Anyways, Really with a win here in Autopolis, bring home the first win for Device in HoloType. Jake Martinez second for Ao. Hofumi third for Tokinosora, with Jake Goodwin fourth for Okemimio. Kisora Leo fifth in her final race for Murasaki Shion. It's a race that is remembered, even though if it meant Shion going bye-bye. At least Leo put up a decently enough fight to warrant something. Do CM6 for Polka 7th place. Seirin for Tonse Kanade on the day before Monday. Ricci 8 for Marine. Salman 9 for ASCII. 10th place Rindo Jahayas as Dak Patterson. Jace Kinsai beats Rudy across the line for Takane Louis. Rudy 12 for Mizumiya Su has to be fuming that he didn't manage to keep 11th. Sora Pecora is Daniel Goyena in 13th. Masaraido 14th for Todoroki Hajime. And last one in the points, Ed Sky Kazamai Roha 15th. Tyler Williams will be credited with having 71 minutes and 16 seconds in his race timer, as he serves a penalty for Amane Kanata as he finishes outside the points. So Byung-eun 17 for Kokani Nico 18th for Vlasa Damasha for Aki Rosenthal, Joey 19th for Jufate Radit, and Shango 20th for Ichijo Ririka. But not before, we also want to take a look into Ali J, who finished in 21st for Kikirara Vivi. Vivi. Anyways, we'll be saving the replay and taking a look into the standings here. So anyways, let's take a look into the standings as of 2 races here. After Autopolis, it is now the case of Maverick DCM, of course, taking the championship lead away from both Damashnev and Williams. So it's now this is now how it looks so far. It's now a very comfortable and tightly knit championship battle so far. DCM and Riliu only 20 points behind each other. Jake Martinez, Tyler Williams, and Vlasa Damashev are tied for 3rd place, with all of them having 175 points. Kizaru Leo will be finishing this season with will be finishing her time in HoloType with 6th place. So it is a result that will be remembered. For the Shiokos, Aski's this Crystal Sandman down to 7. Tokinosaurus Hofumi jumps up to 8th place from dead last. 9th place, KJ Goodwin, and 10th place, Lorenzo Ricci. Saren has the cutoff. Saren has the last CO series spot, and Masaraido is the first one outside of it. Etsky 13th, Patterson 14th, Kinsai 15th, Rudy 16th, Shango 17th, and the little Goyana 18th place. 3 drivers have yet to score points in this split B, and that's Joey, Tawan Bumin, and Ali J. Sorry, it's not Tawan Bumin, it's So Byung-eun. Hang on, I'm just gonna change the name. It's Joey, So Byung-eun, and Ali J. That being said, that should be all for this weekend's streams. We hope everyone has enjoyed their time watching the stream. I hope I have enjoyed mine as well. With that being said, thank you everyone for tuning in to this weekend's stream. I'd like to thank Kizaru Leo's time in HoloType, even though it is brief, and Murasaki Shion as well. And we have tomorrow, and then we have next weekend's races. Formula Hala Japan goes to Sportsline Sugo for the Sugo Super Prix, as well as Formula Hala as well as HoloType International going to Sebring for the Sebring 80-minute race. And with that out of the way, we'll see you next weekend for those races. Take care, everyone, as we wish you all the best of luck in the remaining parts of the weekend. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next weekend.